Hi folks, Fuzz here, welcome back to Octopath Traveler, and for episode 2 here we're going to be beginning the story and actually completing the first opening chapter for Cyrus Albright, and he's going to be the Scholar class. Now, you may be watching this video for the first time with the game, and that's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and select Cyrus as your starting character, and pretty much everything you see in this episode, or most of what you see, is going to be relevant for you, even though you won't have Ophelia yet, which of course I do. But in terms of everything we need to do, then that will be pretty much the same for you as it will be for me. So just to clarify briefly again how the game works, you can select your characters, choose your characters in any order, and complete through their opening first chapters, and each character has 4 chapters of story in total. So there's a lot of gameplay of course, and that's not including all of the post-game content as well. So yeah, as I say, Cyrus today, and that's why we've made our way over to Atlas Dam. So I hope you guys enjoy the episode. If you do, don't forget to support me by leaving a like on the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Without any further ado, let's get started. So what we need to do in Atlas Dam is basically head north towards the main city, or castle, palace even, I guess. And we'll see a new character that we can recruit because they'll have this green text, green speech bubble above them, so we can go ahead and speak to him. This is Cyrus, of course. And we'll get a slight bit of extra dialogue here before we get to choose to pursue his first chapter, at which point we'll continue on then as if we just selected him first of all, just like we did with Ophelia. Perhaps I should go and have a little chat with him just to make sure we all understand one another. His name is Cyrus, and he is a scholar. This is Atlas Dam, nestled in the fertile plains of the flatlands. It is home to the Royal Academy, where many a scholar studies night and day to bring the light of knowledge to the royal family and to all the realm. He passes his days in the halls of the great library, devouring tomes to his heart's content. So these little intros you get, you also get if you're selecting the character for the first time, but just presented in a different way. It is in that library where he learns of a grievous theft. Certain that one of his fellow scholars is the culprit, Cyrus sets out alone to confront the man in his shadowy, subterranean study. He will need wise allies on the path he has chosen. Okay, so we need to complete chapter 1 of a new party member's story in order to have them join the party. And at this point we can go ahead and select yes to this. This will lock us out of much of the game until we complete chapter 1, but we need to get it done. So we'll go ahead and select to here the tale.
And so it was that Atlas Dam was founded some 2 centuries ago. Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Orsterra. But there was another city-state with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago. Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Therese?
I think it was...
Now, no need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn. The answer is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
Yes, Professor. Let's see. I believe it was Hornburg.
That is correct. Hornburg was ruled over by a royal family, said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion. On the other hand, our fair Atlas Dam was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
Correct you are, Your Highness. It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland. Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe. Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture. And be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Yes, Professor. Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
Hello?
Ah, Professor Albright. Mercedes from the Royal Library came by with a message for you. Seems today's your lucky day. You've been granted permission to enter the Special Archives.
Splendid!
Finally, I can begin my research. The library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. Right, so we're about to get control here. Basically, if this is your first time playing, if this is the first character, you'll get a little tutorial about the radar system. But as this is our second character, the game will skip that and automatically place the objective on the radar for us, which is, of course, as we'd expect. Okay, what we're going to do first of all is just head down these steps here. This should trigger another scene for us.
Professor Albright.
Oh, thank heavens you're still here. I thought I had missed you.
Your Highness.
What can I do for you, Your Highness?
The truth of the matter is,
If you can spare the time, I had a question about something we learned today.
But of course!
Your Highness, it would be my pleasure to answer anything. After all, my role as your tutor is as important to me as any of my research. Unfortunately, I cannot spare much time. Is the question a quick one?
indeed.
Yes, Professor, it will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Hornburg. Pray tell, what did they worship?
Very astute of you.
However, I fear that nearly all the texts detailing the nature of the religion were burned and lost when Hornburg fell. I see. A shame, that.
The truth is...
I do, however, have a theory of my own. I believe that the royal family of Hornburg were guardians of an ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that...
Oh,
Let us continue the discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor.
With pleasure.
No need for apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. That such questions occur to you is a sign of a sharp and curious mind.
Why, thank you.
Your lectures on the history of the realm are most fascinating to me. For if I do not learn of our past, how can I hope to lead my people to a bright future?
Indeed.
A most admirable philosophy, Your Highness. The people of this land are truly fortunate to be led by one of such wisdom and kindness, as I am truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way. You are far too kind, Professor Albright. I am proud to be your student.
Ah,
Dear, I'm running late.
good day.
Pray do not forget your assignment, Your Highness.
Farewell.
Of course, Professor. And away she goes.
Ah, Therese.
Oh, hello there.
Yes? Do you have a question for me?
No.
I mean, good day, Professor. Well, that's a little strange, isn't it? Right, okay, well now we actually get full control of Cyrus here. And as before, as with our previous character of Ophelia, he will begin at level 1 with 2,500 gold exactly. Okay, so what we're going to do now, since we've put outside automatically, is head back in just to grab some items. And first of all, if we start by going over to the right, we can see there's a nice chest hidden away here containing a Thunder Soulstone. And after we've grabbed that, we're going to head over to the left once more. Sorry, to the left this time I should say, but like straight to the left. For 3 more chests: Herb of Awakening, Inspirating Plum, and Healing Grape. Okay, that's all the items we need to pick up from inside. So now we're going to go ahead and leave the palace and just head south a little bit. We're looking for a large building now, so we can't seem to run through the flower bed. This is the one we want. We can chat to the dude outside if we want, to the guardsman. And then we'll get another scene.
It's me, Cyrus.
Good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright, here to browse these special archives. Oh, Professor Albright, you're looking quite eager today. When I heard that an original copy of the Church of the Flame, A Complete History, had been donated to our archives, I simply had to be the first to see it.
I see.
You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign here.
With pleasure.
Is something amiss?
Actually,
For someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy, when you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy. When you put it that way, yes. Much as a child is fascinated by a new toy, I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge.
I see.
Right, the expression on your face says it all. Okay, at this point I believe the scene's going to cut for us to another room. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
I most certainly will. Yes, indeed it does. So we're still in the library. but we're downstairs now, it appears.
What have we here?
How odd. The tome is nowhere to be found. Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either.
An interesting dilemma.
These archives were strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone?
Professor Albright!
The headmaster would see you at once. Of all the times too. Oh well, might I ask you a favour? What might that be?
The truth is...
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?
I see.
Missing her? I'll begin looking at once, Professor.
Many thanks.
And the story continues.
Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter.
Okay, so automatically we'll find ourselves speaking to Headmaster Yvonne.
My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing! That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone!
But that goes against everything...
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a metal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait, there was one last thing.
Sir?
I heard the special archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer. Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Enter.
Excuse me.
What's the matter?
It's about Professor Albright, sir. Oh, interesting. So the headmaster seems a little bit bullish. I guess we're not supposed to like him all that much, are we? Anyway, we're going to be heading back to the library next, which is of course through that door. So I'm not going to take a brief break and save at this point. Yeah, there will be a few things we need to do before we get into the dungeon for chapter 1 of Cyrus here.
Can I help
And the first scene will, or rather the next scene, will take place inside the library once more, as I mentioned, with Mercedes. By the way, guys,
A moment of your time.
there's one character in particular I really, really want to talk to you more about that we've met on our adventure with Cyrus so far, but I can't because of spoilers. Trust me, stick around, whether you're playing the game yourself or just watching these videos, because, wow. Some of the character development in this game is just going to absolutely stun you. It really is incredible stuff. Did you have any luck finding the tome?
My apologies.
I'm afraid not.
Say it is not so.
One might conclude that it had been stolen.
Actually,
Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. And as you know, the keys to the vault are entrusted to only a select few. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head.
Aho!
An impregnable vault, a disappearing tome. It would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. And the mysteries of the world are meant to be solved. Or so the scholar in me says. Would you not agree? If it had been stolen, I would say it's a job for the city guard. But I can see you won't let it go until you've cracked the case, as it were.
Indeed.
You could say that indeed. A habit I just can't seem to break. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot rest until I've worked out a solution.
I see.
Well, far be it from me to stand in your way. It must be tough being a genius.
Leave it to me.
I'll not deny it. Worry not, the tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash.
Take care.
Right, thanks. Best of luck in your search.
Time to do some research.
And the game is afoot. Seems like we've got our next quest lined up then, doesn't it? Now where to begin my search? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored. The guard at the front door would know who had been frequenting the library lately, as might my fellow scholars. Then, mayhap, I should pay the headmaster a visit as well. So a bit more information here about path actions. Now you remember, of course, that we've learned a path action already for Ophelia, and that's the ability to go ahead and, I guess, well, I can't think what it's called on the top of my head, but it lets us summon the townsfolk, doesn't it? Guide, that's it, the guide path action from into battle. But it's going to be obviously a different path action for each character here, so now we're going to learn a little bit about Cyrus's path action. And that is, he can scrutinise and glean new knowledge from the townspeople. Wow, that sounds pretty interesting. So, I guess we can already go ahead and use it here on this guard in front of the library. Yep, so that's the path action there, scrutinise. Let's see now. And then we get a bit of information there, which you can read through. Most intriguing. And if you look on the map, you can see that there's a couple more objectives, which basically indicate some more scrutinisation we can go ahead and undertake in order to go ahead and complete this quest. Now, there's also, as you can see, one within the main palace as well. But anyway, guys, there's a few more that we can speak to. Just a few people we can talk to. So you can go up to anybody and scrutinise them if they have that option. And some of them are not going to be part of the actual quest, such as this guy here, this guard. But you can still glean information from them. And that is basically a hidden item. And what that means is that there's now an item we can loot somewhere in town. And it's going to be marked by an exclamation point on the radar, and it will sparkle in blue at the location. So because we've gone ahead and scrutinised that guard, we can now go and loot the light soulstone. And we can pretty much continue with that. So for example, we've got this next guard up here, who too can be scrutinised. And he too has a hidden item. And once more, that will put a little exclamation on the radar there. And it's a little bit further out the way, this one. But you can see, you can get to it quite easily thanks to the little bit of info there. And that item is the odds and ends item. And now there's a little old lady just chilling outside of this building, which is the Royal Academy, and she too can be scrutinised. And we'll see what she has to say for herself. Another hidden item, eh? Okay, so we're going to head back towards the save point. Okay, meant to go down these next steps. That'll bring us to the hidden item there for an inspirating plum M. I guess that means medium, maybe a little bit more powerful than the standard ones, perhaps. So we'll just continue on here, going through all the optional scrutinizations, I guess we can say. Collecting all the secret items as we go. Okay, so we've got another guard here, and we can scrutinize. So you can pause the video if you want to read the information there. And it looks like a little bit further up here. Might be on the bottom floor actually. Yep, it would be, wouldn't it? At least the radar system shows you where to go. So you'll get there eventually. Alright, this one has a healing grape. And if we look over here, I think that boy in the right hand corner will have a scrutinise option. Let's see now. Yes, another hidden item. And actually this one is right there next to him. And that will be a buckler. So just a couple more to go here, guys. But we're getting all this optional stuff, which is a bit of a bonus, I guess, isn't it? And I believe one of these guards... Oh, actually, both of these guards will have a scrutinise. Okay, so this one will have an item to the left. Should be on the upper floor. In fact, in the dining room, perhaps. Yep. An olive of life. And then finally, we have the guard to the right of him, who too will have an item for us to discover. Okay, and this one is in the room over to the right hand side, as you might have guessed. And this was the classroom that we were teaching from earlier, wasn't it? This item is a small cup. Okay. Right, so that's pretty much all the optional scrutinizations that we can undertake right now anyway. So we're going to go ahead and leave the palace and make our way back outside. Now, we've already gone ahead and scrutinised the guard to the outside of the library here. We're going to head back in at this point. There's going to be a couple more scrutinisations that we need to do inside. These are the ones that are on the radar here. So these obviously won't be items. That's a little bit of information. So remember, we're trying to discover this missing tome. The mystery behind it. Okay. Right, so only the headmaster and the guard possess the key to the special archives. Interesting stuff. What we're going to do now is head into the Royal Academy. So we need to find the headmaster, Yvonne. And I believe he's on the 2nd floor, so we'll go up there next. Now, when we scrutinise our next individual, the headmaster, as you've probably guessed, it's going to actually kick off a bit of a scene. So we'll be ready for that. Go for the standard scrutinisation, though, to begin with. You know full well I have a key to the special archives, and that I would never be so foolish as to let it fall into the wrong hands. In any event, I have had no reason to pursue those tomes in quite some time.
Splendid!
That should be all the information I need to solve the case. Okay, wow, we actually get to make a choice here. Now, we can go ahead and select either of these, but I'm going to go ahead and select the headmaster and the guard.
But of course!
There are only 2 keys to the archives, one belonging to the headmaster and one to the guardsman. Whose key was used to unlock the archives? We're going to select the guards here. So this is basically putting into all the information we've collected into practice. The headmaster's key is safely locked away in his office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspiciously of late, even sleeping while on active duty.
Oh,
It would be all too easy to It would be all too easy a task to lift the key off his person. And then finally, so is it possible that the guard is our man?
no.
He would have no motive. The culprit must be someone who understands the true value of the tome. Which is to say, one of my colleagues. And most likely, one who has accrued a frightful gambling debt.
Which means that...
Put it all together, and our villain is... Yep, we're going to have to be forced into a choice here, or a lack of choice rather. The culprit is Russell.
Yes.
Indubitably. Indubitably? I think that's right. That shifty scholar Russell. There are some words you don't use every day in the script here, aren't there? Yes, I dare say my logic is foolproof.
Shall we begin?
Now all that remains is to find our man and make him confess to the crime. Word has it he's been doing his research underground these days. Ah, secret entrance.
Now then.
I think it's time I did some field work of my own. And so I have taken it upon myself to investigate this suspicious scholar. Interested in coming along, are you? It seems you have quite the curious streak yourself. But of course, mysteries exist only to be solved. After all, it is of utmost importance to remember that. Ah, but there I go again. Don't let me talk your ear off, but I will be glad for your help. Let's get right to business then. No doubt we'll find Russell in his laboratory down below. Okay, so now we're in control of Ophelia as well. And that little scene you saw there wouldn't have taken place had Cyrus been your first character. Right now you'd still just be controlling Cyrus by himself, but everything we're about to do, you're still going to do even if Cyrus is your only character. So just a little bit of an extra bit there. to make sure that our party has been formed. And as you can see, the gold from Cyrus, I believe, is tacked onto our total, and yet he remains at level 1. But we are going to be decking him out with a bit of gear soon. But I think first be a good idea to go ahead and save once more. And now that the full party's back together, we once again have full access to the world. And we're going to start by scrutinising this merchant fella over here. So we'll select Scrutinise. You can see as well now that all the other path actions you've unlocked up until this point from your other party members will also be available as well. And he will give us another hidden item as part of his scrutinisation. Is that even a word? Well, it is from now on. And this hidden item is located in the Bushes of Love, just outside the Royal Academy. And now we're going to head into the southern part of town. So this is, of course, the first time we have access to this area. And we're going to say goodbye to our current guide now. The reason for that is we can't really do anything with this next fella here while we have him out. So we're going to go ahead and choose the path action button. Oh, there we go. Look. We can basically scrutinise him first. And he won't give us a hidden item, but he will give us this information guide with ease. And what that means is we can now actually guide the people of this town. Whereas previously, we wouldn't have been able to do so, or at least not all of them. So for example, we can go ahead and choose the guide command. The apothecary. And that means that if we choose yes, we can get rid of the tavern patron and take the apothecary with us instead. So, yep, let's go ahead and do that, shall we? He seems a little bit stronger. Oh, an actual cleric in the flesh. I will be honoured to join you on your journey. Okay, so we've got a new guide with us now. Along with, of course, the other party member, Ophelia. So we've got actually 3 people. Well, 2 I guess, but then we can summon our guide in combat as well. So hopefully we should be nice and strong coming into the upcoming battles. At least that's the plan. Anyway, you can see there's a couple of kids that can be scrutinised, spoken to down here around the plaza. And one of them will have a hidden item for us, I believe. Nope, not this one. But we got some new information for smarter bartering. So yeah, probably a good idea to do that one first anyway. Okay, this is the hidden item. Okay, and that'll be located just over here on the left-hand side, a light soul stone. Okay, so now we've done that, we're going to enter into the tavern. And there's a few more people we can scrutinise here. Oops, did not mean to do that. Okay, no scrutinising there. That's more like it. Okay, another hidden item. Now, this one I believe will be outside. Yep, quite a bit outside it would seem. In fact, if we head down these steps, then we can see it just located outside the barrel. It's a nourishing nut. As a matter of fact, while we're here, make sure there's nothing in this house. No, I didn't think there was. But it never hurts to check these things, does it? Let's go back into the pub, tavern, the bar, whatever you want to call it. And we should be able to scrutinise. No. Yeah, it needs to go from the top. This final person here. He too has a hidden item to reveal to us, so to speak. This one also outside, but just outside. An empty coin pouch. Right, now, next thing, we're going to head into the armourer. And just as we did before with Ophelia, we're going to stock up on some equipment for Cyrus, that's the one. Get his name right eventually. And what I'm going to recommend purchasing is 1 light staff. I guess we could actually go for the quartz staff, or the quartz rod rather. It's tempting, you know, it's tempting. Costs a fair whack more, 3 times as much. But let's go for it. If you can't afford this, if this is your first character, then you'll just have to go ahead and select the light staff. But even so, that would be a pretty decent upgrade. But here we're going to purchase the quartz rod. And yep, we'll equip it onto Cyrus. Okay, and in terms of everything else here, we could go for the round shield. And also equip that onto Cyrus, of course. And then finally, a pointed hat. Just like we purchased earlier for Ophelia. Okay. Now, you might want to purchase some body armour. As you can see, some nice upgrades there for both characters. I'm not going to recommend doing that. We're going to find a nice piece of body armour later, which we can give to Cyrus. So, save your gold, in my view. If we head over to the other side of town once more, we can just check out item supply from the provisioner. And, we've got 11 healing grapes. They're pretty much the only thing you're going to want to purchase. So, they can stack up in price, as you obviously boost the amount, so just bear that in mind. But I'd say have at least 10 to 12, and you should be good to go. I'm going to get 20 just to make sure that we're absolutely fine there. And because we scrutinised this dude here, I think that gives us a bit of discount as well. I'll just check some of these other NPCs as well. Will you stop doing that? Discount at the inn. Okay, so that'll come in useful later if we need to use that in. Oh, new weapons for sale. Interesting stuff. We can't really afford any of those items though. Anyway, we're ready now, I think, to head over to the dungeon. So once again, probably a good opportunity to use the save point before we continue on. And once we're all saved up, we're going to head back to the previous area. I'm pretty sure we've got absolutely everything that there can be to get down south. And now we're going to head down these set of stairs here. And just be warned, this next dungeon's quite a large one. So don't be misguided once you first come in. I don't know what it is actually. The music here, which is very beautiful, kind of reminds me a little bit of a musical score from Final Fantasy VIII. You know when you're going into... I can't think where it is. You're going into a dungeon to get a Guardian Force. Maybe like when you're recruiting the brothers. I'm not sure how many of you have played that game. But there's just something... Or when you go into Ifrit's fire cave at the start. There's something about the music here that reminds me very much about that. Which is interesting. Anyway, we're going to start by heading over to the left-hand side. That's enough rambling from me. Grab our first chest. A healing grape. And now we're going to start heading over to the east. Obviously, be warned. There's every chance you're going to have a substantial amount of enemy encounters in this place. And we're going to start going north.
I've done my research on you.
Right. Let's try and figure out what these weaknesses are then. Physical, is that?
Now, what next?
Yep, it certainly is.
I'll not be defeated.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you I learnt the heal more ability.
Oh, sacred light!
Well, that took care of that.
The flame guides us true.
So Cyrus should level up fairly quickly. I'm guessing if the party members always start at level 1, then they'll level really fast later on. Or some of the later ones anyway, because I believe the danger level goes up based on your average party level. So even the initial dungeons in Chapter 1 of a new party member's story could be a higher danger level, depending on the level of your other party members. So again, just something to bear in mind. So you can see there's a chest there. We'll have to get that a little bit later.
I've done my research on you.
Yeah, lots of vulnerabilities on these guys, isn't there? Boing.
Well then,
Oh, I'm tempted to not use MP, but could end up dragging the battle on then.
I am not made for such battles.
Let's head north first. There's actually a secret area this way. And where is it? Yeah, there it is. So the way that the art style of this game is, the developers have used that to their advantage to hide secrets away, because you can't see where all the paths lead to or begin, as you saw there, for example.
I've done my research on you.
Oh, I've got to say, we've got a bit of a nice routine going on here, haven't we? Yeah, it seems that you learn a new vulnerability each time you encounter an enemy, even without having used that vulnerability on it. Did I not boost up that skill then? Oh, I guess I didn't.
Well then,
Oh, still alive. Still alive? Goodness me. I thought it would be dead by now. See? Make sure you pay attention to boosting your skills. Otherwise you end up dragging a battle out when you don't want to use extra MP on casting it again. I probably could have boosted a physical attack, but not to worry. So Cyrus is levelling nicely, it would seem. Let me just check. Yep, level 3 now. And Ophelia might get to a cheeky level 9 at some point. What we're doing? Okay, heading back the way we came. Oh, actually, I believe there's another hidden path here. Let me try and find it for you. Because... let's head back. I think it's this way. There's definitely another hidden path here. Like I said, the developers really made good use, didn't they? A sturdy foe. Out of the art.
well then, I am not made for such battles.
Okay. Right, let's try and get this right. I think it's just here. Yeah, look at that. Another beautiful secret, this one containing a wind attire.
There is no choice.
Soon, not yet, but soon we'll have enough job points in order to teach something
What next?
to Cyrus. And he's going to have a useful ability I want to show you, but I'm going to wait until we actually get there, so as not to spoil it for you. And as you can see, boost is individual to each party member, so using it on one won't deplete it on another. Ah, he's going to be level 4 soon. Not too shabby at all. So I think that was the hidden chest that we saw earlier, wasn't it? That we couldn't have access to immediately, but then we did. Right, so there's another chest over here. This one contains a herb of light, and you can see another chest, but we can't get that one just yet.
Flame, protect us.
Now, there's actually going to be another merchant
Well then,
up ahead, but I don't see any reason to purchase anything from him. He only sells things like healing grapes and what have you. But it could be a bonus if you've, for whatever reason, gone through your stock of healing items by this point.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, we're getting to save our MP now, with effective use of boosts. And Cyrus is even more powerful. So there's the merchant. Should we see if he's got anything to scrutinise? Oh, come on. What is happening? Let's talk to him. Okay, I don't think we can. I think it's only in town. Okay, it's only in town that we can use our path actions, I believe. Anyway, as I say, you can stock up. And of course, we can save our game, which we will do. And now before we go up those steps, we're going to head over here for another, I guess you could say, a secret treasure chest. This one containing an old coin. And now we're going to head across to the right. And you can see an individual just up north there.
My turn now.
So we'll stun them first by breaking
An interesting dilemma.
them both. And now we can boost. Oh, who is that? Oh, it's Cyrus again. Yeah, I want to use a nice boosted luminescence here. Hopefully one-shot both of these together. Yeah, there we go. Reckon that could get another cheeky level for Cyrus, maybe. Oh, not quite, not quite. But very close. It's tempting, you know, to spend some time leveling just to get Cyrus and Ophelia leveled up at this point. Now, don't go north yet, whatever you do, or you're going to kick off a set of cutscenes followed by a boss fight. Instead, start by heading over to the right to grab another secret chest. This one containing another light soulstone. And now, spend any amount of time grinding that you want, and then just make sure you heal up and save up before heading north to see who that is up ahead and what it is exactly that they're doing. Okay, so I've just leveled up Ophelia and Cyrus. Well, actually, no, I didn't level up Cyrus, but just Ophelia. But what I'm going to do then now, mentioned this earlier, alluded to it, is just teach Cyrus his first skill. And the one I'm going to recommend to you is Analyze. Now, Analyze doesn't do any damage or anything, but it does reveal, it's basically scan. It reveals the stats, or the health rather, and a single weakness of an enemy. So as you can imagine, it's going to come in pretty darn useful going forward, and is definitely something I'm going to recommend using. And it's cheap to use in battle, only costing 1 SP, as the mana is called in this game. So it's got 34 job points left, but of course the amount of job points required to level up has now boosted to 100. So that's the only thing he can learn right now. And I'll just check something here. Yeah, so he's already got Fireball, okay, and Ice Wind. And Fireball is basically going to be something we're going to be using quite a lot, but also Ice Wind in the upcoming battle as well. Okay, so without any further ado, guys, I can't remember if I saved. Yeah, I must have done. Head north, and a cutscene shall commence.
What?
Are you always in the habit of barging into your peers' offices while they're working?
Excuse me?
My apologies. I would have knocked, but I didn't see a door.
A moment of your time.
Apropos of nothing. Mayhap you've heard that a certain tome was stolen from the archives. I haven't the faintest clue what you're talking about.
Come now.
Russell, playing dumb is just going to drag this out for the both of us. So let's cut straight to the heart of the matter. You're a thief, and I can prove it. Well, what? The hells you can.
The truth is...
Unfortunately for you, at precisely the moment you were trying to sneak back with the key, your friend the guardsman was just waking from his little slumber. But that's impossible. He was asleep. I'm positively... Ah.
Oh.
Keeping up and our friends somnolent, are we, old chum? It was a slip of the tongue. I tell you, I know nothing about this God's damned book.
Is that so?
Figured you'd say as much. Then perhaps you'd care to accompany me to the academy, to prove your innocence, of course. Damn it all to hell! It was the perfect plan. If not for your bloody meddling, I could have had it all.
I don't think this one
And all of a sudden, Russell is a heck of a lot bigger than he was a moment ago.
Now,
Isn't he?
what next?
Well, you can see he spawns with these two icy ads. I'm not sure what they are. Water wisps, actually, not ice ads. So what I'm going to recommend is Cyrus begins casting his fireball spell. Now, as you can see, it's an AoE ability, which is helpful. And it's also going to interrupt both of their... actually, no, it doesn't stun them, interestingly enough, even though it's a weakness for them. I guess we can try and summon the Apothecary. See what he can do, perhaps boost our spells. Ah, he casts Fireball as well, does he? Well, that's not too shabby then.
I'll not be defeated.
Okay, now they are stunned, which is a bit of a bonus. Right, we're going to start reducing the shield of the boss with Ophelia.
What is the logical
And, yeah, Cyrus, I think, will go one more round of Fireball.
Oh, flames.
I mean, if we can kill those icicle things without boost, then it means we can focus our boosts onto the boss. Though we are going to have to, I think, heal up Cyrus before he suffers a case of death here in a moment. Let's go ahead and throw a healing grape onto him.
Let's try this.
I'll not be defeated.
It's tempting. I think we'll just continue lowering the boss's shield for now. Okay, Apothecary has gone, although he's particularly useful, so I think we're summoning him back in due course here.
Well then,
In fact, let's do that immediately. Perhaps you'll open with another fireball, yep.
Oh, flames. Rage. Rock.
Okay, one. I thought one was dead then. It isn't. I think we're going to go for just a boost, to be honest with you. Russell is muttering an incantation. This is a good idea, actually, to defend at this point. Else take a heck of a lot of damage if you don't. Yeah, let's defend on both characters. Mental augmentation. That boosts our magic stats, I'm assuming, anyway. Icewind is quite nasty, but with defend in place, as you can see, it's not too shabby. Right then, let's continue lowering Russell's shield. I guess we could just go for a couple of boosts here. So only one more shield for him to go.
Now, what next?
And we'll continue to remove the shield of these guys.
Rock.
We are going to go for a big boost for him soon. But not just yet. Not just yet.
An interesting dilemma.
We need to wait for the time and the place. Let's just go ahead, shall we, and heal. Yeah, we need to.
Let's try this.
We're just going to keep this pattern up the whole time, basically.
I'll not be defeated.
Summon Apothecary. Now, hopefully he'll stun the water thingies, the water orbs, whatever they're called. Because they only have one shield left.
My turn now.
And yeah, we should be able to stun this guy now. Which means we'll be able to unleash a powerful luminescence of some kind. Wow, they're all stunned. I love it.
What is the logical course of action?
Okay, first things first. Let's go for our max fireball here. Oh, look at that. This is what I've been waiting for, I tell you.
I'll not be defeated.
Let's go for a powerful holy light. Since the other ads are dead. 940 damage, not too shabby at all. We've got buffs and all sorts happening here, haven't we? And he's still... right, go for Icewind on this guy. Another 500 points of damage. And his shield's back. So as you can see, got quite a bit of extra health here. Mostly because of the fact that I think he's a higher level at the moment. Oh, I should really summon the other guy back.
What next?
We could also perhaps try and use Analyze. I'm not sure if it works on bosses, but this will be a good test to find out if it does. Oh, that's not a nice thing to do, is it? Neither's that. I think she's been silenced or something. We need to defend if we can at this point.
It's a logical course of action. I think not.
No, you will not.
Okay, he didn't seem to do anything, so we need to defend again, I think. I'm not sure how much health he's got left exactly. He still hasn't done anything, has he? Do we need to defend again so we don't get absolutely destroyed here? Yes. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Right, let's go ahead and try Analyze. Oh, 25 was that? I missed it. I think that's what it said. Yeah, 25. There you go, look. Analyze is pretty darn useful. And a load of experience and job points and all the good stuff there. Gold as well. And some refreshing jam. So that battle wasn't too challenging. But he had quite a lot of health, so it did take a bit of time. And we're going to have a fair few scenes here. I swear, I never meant to. I just needed the money.
Just so.
That tome would fetch a small fortune. This is true. And yet, did you not for a moment consider the consequences?
Say it is not so.
In stealing that tome, you would steal from our students something more valuable than all the realm's riches. A grave crime, no matter who would perpetrate it, but all the more unforgivable when committed by one who calls himself a scholar. I'd say Russell's in a little bit of trouble right now, isn't he?
Thank you.
Well, I'll be. You actually did crack the case of the stolen book.
Indeed.
That I did, and yet I fear this may not be the only volume our friend had purloined. Russell has already confessed to the full extent of his crimes and revealed the names of his business associates. We need only track down the books and purchase them back. I'll speak to the guards and see that we redouble security of the archives. What's this? It says there's another book still missing. Did that scoundrel of a scholar steal this one as well?
Actually,
Ah, from the far reaches of hell. No, I can assure you that he did not. It's been missing for some 15 years now. Russell's aggressive borrowing only extends some 2 years back.
I see.
So, this volume was lost or stolen long before that.
yes.
Right as always, Professor. Pray, tell me more about From the Far Reaches of Hell. According to our records, it would seem to be a compendium of ancient rites and long-lost magics.
Actually,
If I'm not mistaken, it was the single oldest volume housed within our archives. Needless to say, it was a tremendous loss.
Most intriguing.
Oh ho, yet another mystery it would seem. Professor Albright, the headmaster, would speak with you at once.
His Ottomans.
Again? What could it be this time? Perhaps he plans to commend you for your role in apprehending the library thief. I have no interest in accolades, but if he insists. Right, so we once again have full control over our party and we'll be heading across to the Royal Academy once more. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, the soundtrack to this game is absolutely top notch, I'm sure you guys will agree. If not now, then by the end, no doubt. It's definitely got a Final Fantasy feel to it, this game, hasn't it? I mean, I know it was published by Square Enix, but I believe it was an out-of-house developer that made it. So, yeah, it's still got a Final Fantasy feel to it, no doubt. And I think that's why I love it so much, to tell you the truth. Right, so let's head up to the second floor here and see what the headmaster wants. Speak to his assistant.
I've brought Professor Albright, as asked, sir.
And as it's a cutscene, Ophelia will just sit by the wayside for the time being.
Good. Enter. Thank you, Lucia.
Yes, Headmaster. What can I do for you?
So is the headmaster about to reward us for the hard work of recovering the tome and uncovering the thief? Well, let's find out.
Something tells me he's not about to offer a commendation.
Professor Albright, a most troubling report has reached my ears.
A report, sir?
An anonymous source claims that you have abused your prestigious position to enter into an illicit relationship with Her Highness the Princess.
Oh. And you believe this report, sir?
If it is untrue, then say so.
Why, it is unfounded, unsubstantiated, balderdash of the highest order.
I would like to take your words at face value, Professor, but I fear the situation is not so simple. A rumor regarding the royal family, even an unsubstantiated one such as this, is sure to spread quickly. If we do not take swift action, Princess Mary's good name could be forever sullied. That is something that simply cannot be allowed to happen.
And so what do you intend to do with me, sir?
It is not an easy decision to make. Dismissing you outright would be tantamount to an admission of guilt.
If I may be so bold, Headmaster, what about a sabbatical? Professor Albright has put on extended leave, while official accounts state that he's doing fieldwork in a distant land.
What say you, Cyrus? This way, both the Academy's reputation and your own will remain intact.
My reputation?
Do we have a problem, Professor?
Not at all, Headmaster. On the contrary, this might prove the perfect opportunity.
Opportunity? For what?
As a matter of fact, there is a matter which has piqued my interest of late. I was just wondering when I might find the time to do a bit of research in the field. I think I will set forth on a journey. In search of an ancient tome that disappeared 15 years ago. Besides, if I am not permitted to share what I have learned with my peers and the public, there is little point in continuing my research here.
Is that so? Do tell, Professor. What is it that you intend to investigate?
As regards a certain tome. Now, if you will forgive me, I must begin packing for my journey. Good day to you, Headmaster.
An enigma as ever, that one.
Professor!
Oh, Therese, what is it?
I heard that you were leaving the academy.
Then you heard true.
Professor, I'm so sorry.
I see. So you were the source of the rumor.
You knew?
Not until just this moment, when you apologized. And yet, I cannot fathom your motive. Why would you tell such a terrible lie?
You're always helping Her Highness, answering her every question. I just wanted you to pay more attention to me.
And that's why you went to the headmaster.
Yes, but I just wanted to get you in a little trouble. I didn't think they would. I am so sorry, Professor. Can you ever forgive me?
Worry not, my dear. It just so happens that I was looking for a good excuse to go on a journey.
Well, this Therese seems like an interesting character, doesn't she? So we saw her spying earlier on when Cyrus was chatting to the princess, and obviously she got a little bit jealous, started spreading rumours, let's be honest, completely and utterly atrocious false allegations against Cyrus, which has basically gotten him banished from the kingdom. And now she's asking for forgiveness, and while if it's genuine request, it may be granted, we have to ask, is it? Or does she still have ulterior motives? Honestly, the character of Therese is an interesting one. I alluded to it earlier. And she seems such a frail and quaint individual, doesn't she? Don't be deceived is all I'll say. Don't be deceived.
You were?
For some time now, I've wanted to travel the realm and see what can be learned beyond these halls. I dare say the timing couldn't have been better. You see, there's a certain matter I simply can't wait to investigate. So fret not, my girl. If for anything, you've done me a favor. Besides, I am not entirely without fault in the matter. Indeed, I have not been as attentive to you as I should. Had I realized your true intention sooner, I would not be in this position.
Professor, whatever do you...
If only I had realized how devoted you were to your studies, my dear girl.
My studies?
I have always striven to treat all my students equally. And yet, Her Highness is always eager to ask questions, and I was all too eager to answer them.
Oh, bless him. He just doesn't understand, does he, what it is she's trying to get at. I mean, he is about 30 years older, I'd imagine, about that, than she is. She's only about 17, and it's quite cool that he's just acting or seems to be completely innocent in his relationship to her, even though she's perhaps not quite so reciprocal towards him on that.
In
It's an
doing
interesting
so, I have given the
bit of
impression that I
dialogue.
put her above you and others. This was not my intention, but I am at fault all the same. Yes, if only I had seen you for the ardent and devoted young scholar that you are.
Professor... Perhaps you're not quite as sharp as I thought you were.
Yes?
Never mind.
In that case, I should be off. Pray do not shirk your studies, my girl.
Yes, Professor. Will I ever see you again?
I do not see why not, provided we both still live.
And that won't be the last we see of Therese, I can assure you of that. Right, okay. Basically then, we're going to start heading over to the green exit of town. Green on the radar, of course. And that'll trigger another scene.
Now, I must find out all I can about From the Far Reaches of Hell. My erstwhile colleague, Det, knows more about arcane studies than anyone I know. Last I heard, she sojourned in Quarry Quest. I should begin my journey there.
Right, so as far as I'm aware, that pretty much completes Chapter 1 for Cyrus the Scholar, but not until we get this final brief scene here. There's a mysterious hooded figure. And so Cyrus left the academy behind, in search of the lost tome, from the far reaches of hell. What dark secrets might its pages hold? Only the gods know. Interesting. Who could that be, I wonder? Right, and at this point we once again gain control of our party and can access the save point here and start exploring. That's the end of, as I say, Cyrus's Chapter 1. So we can start grabbing some of the optional treasures around this place as we then begin to make our way over to our third party member. Whoopee! Now, just before we go and grab some of those treasures, let's just talk about where we're going next. So far, we've unlocked, of course, Flame's Grace, which was Ophelia's region, and also Atlas Dam now, which is Cyrus's, and we can teleport between these two whenever we wish to do so. So we've pretty much got a choice now between Harnit, who is fairly close to Flame's Grace, and also Teresa, who is close to Atlas Dam, and we're going to be going for the latter. So our next party member will be Teresa, and we can access her region by heading south. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and grab all those treasures that I spoke of. So first of all, we'll grab the Inspirating Plum, and you can see there's a signpost which we're not able to get, and it looks like we've got some new enemies to encounter. I'm suspecting thanks to the fact that we now have a higher level. Let's start with Luminescence. I'm not sure if there's a weakness to that. There isn't. But we have to try these things, don't we? Let's go for a nice AoE Fireball. Ah, I'm surprised there's no weakness to Fireball. Let's try Ice Bleed next. Maybe we'll get a little bit more luck out of that. Oh my goodness, Ophelia is going a little bit low on health there. Let's just go ahead. No, don't flee. I did not mean to do that. That was a bad mistake. Please leave Ophelia alone. Need to heal her up big time. Let's go ahead and Cleric Skill. Let's just go for a normal heal wounds for now. Probably should have gone for the stronger one. Not to worry. Right, so let's try Icewind, shall we? Oh, still no weakness, but that's fine. Did the job. 15 experience, eh? Not too shabby. So yeah, some of the enemies are starting to get a little bit tough, aren't they, it would seem. Right, so anyway, if we speak to the sign, we can... speak to the sign, if we interact with the sign, we can see that north will take us to Flame's Grace. Atlas Dam, obviously, to the left, and then south, Ripple Tide, which, as I mentioned, is Teresa's region. So we're going to head over to the north first. Grab some of the items. And just follow the path. We can actually branch off here if we want to. But just be careful because look at that. These should be okay, I think. Let's go ahead and just analyse this pig here. 439 health, quite a lot. So I think he's weak to ranged attacks, which is what that crossbow means there. So we're just basically boosting up some of our boost gauge stuff here. Let's start with Icewind.
Oh, ice! Pierce them through!
So far we haven't found their weakness though, have we? Right then, we'll go ahead with a heal more. No, let's just go for heal wounds.
Let your wounds be healed.
Save some of that lovely SP.
Well then,
Ah, we're back, are we? Let's go ahead and apothecary at this stage. We need to really use physical attacks more than anything, just to get these broken.
Now, what next?
And then we can unleash some nasty, powerful spells, I should think.
well then.
Let's just do that now, shall we?
Here I go! May the sacred flame shine forth!
One more to go. And it's down. Wonderful. So I do suspect some levels soon. But not quite yet, apparently. Anyway, as you've seen, the entrance to the Whistlewood, which is an area we do not want to go into, is very, very strong. Okay, it's danger level 15. I was confused then with the danger level we just saw, but that's the area that we're in at the moment is danger level 4. So danger level 15 means we need to be level 15 in order to actually handle the enemies there. So here we need to be level 4, and as you can see we're 9 and 6, so we shouldn't struggle too much with that. For now we're going to continue on heading north, and we'll have a save point that we can make use of. Right, what are these weak to? Ranged and... I'm not sure what that one is actually. Are they weak to physical? No, they're not. We have fought these guys before, but I don't really remember them. Is that Icewind they're weak to? Yeah, I think it is. Oh no, it wasn't, but they are weak to that as well. I think that's light, maybe. Maybe we can finish these guys off anyway. Yeah. Well, they're nice and easy. Ah, awesome. Level hype. So let's just go ahead and grab a quick save here. Okay, and north will take us to Noble Court. And then, of course, we get some locations to the areas we've already visited. But anyway, there's actually a secret, I believe, somewhere here. Yeah, there. If we can count that as a secret, it's kind of hidden, that path, isn't it? But as you can see, there's a nice chest located up ahead.
I'll do my best.
I was kind of hoping to get Cyrus first, but doesn't make any difference. since they are weak to light as well.
What is the logical course of action?
Right, they're both stunned, yet.
Oh, ice! Pierce them through! You should have studied hard.
I'm really enjoying this game. The combat is a lot of fun, and it does have quite a lot of strategy involved in it, doesn't it? Trying to figure out, I mean, lots of RPGs, of course, JRPGs, make use of enemy weaknesses with the elements, and obviously Final Fantasy does that a lot. But in this game, you pretty much have to focus on it every single battle. It's not like, oh, here's an enemy that you get once in a blue moon that has a weakness to lightning, or whatever the case may be. Pretty much every enemy has to have their weaknesses exploited if you want to get through the battle with any reasonable amount of time. Which I think is great, to tell you the truth.
Oh, ice!
Makes combat really quite interesting.
I'll do my best. May the sacred flame shine forth.
Not quite enough to kill them just yet, but the next attack should for sure.
Oh, ice! Pierce them through!
Yep.
You should have studied harder.
Right, now when we get back to the save point, we're going to start by heading over to the west. And there should be another chest located... Yeah. This way? Yeah, this is the way we get to that one.
Can't we settle this like
Yeah,
gentlemen?
not a whole lot left to do now, guys, for this exploration. So you're doing really well. Keep it up.
Faster now.
An interesting dilemma.
Got into a good routine with these frogs, I think.
Will not be defeated.
Goodbye.
I am not made for such battles.
Okay, another olive of life. Right then, so what I recommend now, we've pretty much explored this northerly bit. We'll teleport back to Atlas Dam. And back out of the town we'll go. And this time we're going to take the other option when it comes to the split in a moment's time. I mean, probably could have taken the opportunity then to rest up at the inn. But to be honest,
Well then,
it's not really necessary, I don't think, because you're levelling up so quickly at this stage of the game that you're basically healing to full each time you do that anyway, aren't you?
Oh, ice! Pierce them through!
I'll tell you what, these guys, enemies, are definitely having more health now than they were previously.
Oh, ice! Pierce them through!
It is taking a few turns to finish them off.
Studied harder.
Okay, so we're going this way this time. And you can see there's another treasure chest just over here to the right, along with another enemy encounter.
I will battle.
They're relentless.
Now, what next?
Break.
I will not be defeated.
Yeah, I probably could have boosted that, not to worry. They wouldn't have killed them, I don't think.
What next?
Oh no, we're out of MP. SP even. Well, that's annoying, isn't it?
I'll do my best.
Are they going to stay stunned? Yes, fortunately they are.
I am not made.
Fortunately, we're nearly done here. Are we going to level up? Yes, so we get his MP back. His SP, rather. Save me going to rest up in town anyway. Grab the chest. This one containing 500 gold. And that's pretty much it, to be honest, guys. Following this path now will take us down to the next town. So I guess I could show you the way to that. This will take us to the North Ripple Tide coast. And once again, we're going to ignore the treasure chests for the time being here, since I like to do the exploration once we've completed the character. Let's go ahead and save. From the save point then, we're going to head over to the east. Up north at this point. The path is quite linear. Obviously, as you can expect, there's going to be a couple of treasure chests that we're going to ignore for the time being. And once more, you're going to encounter some new foes, just as we have done previously, of course. Every time we enter a new area. I'm not sure what this fish thing is vulnerable to, actually. Possibly light? Could be. Let's try hitting it with fire, shall we? Nope, not fire.
I'll do my best.
Let's try a light attack.
May the sacred flame shine forth.
No, not light either. We don't actually have anything to attack the vulnerabilities of that fish. That's really annoying, I'll be honest.
What is the logical course of action? Oh, ice!
We're just going to have to basically unleash everything we can on it. Fortunately, it doesn't have a whole lot of health,
Well
so...
then, prepare yourself.
Yeah, got them both.
Flame guides us true.
Could do with Ophelia levelling up, to be honest with you. She's getting very low on the old MP. SP, ah! Is this a cave that we do not want to be going into, I don't think, right now? Or was it just a secret? Okay, we'll come back to that later. We'll continue heading on south, I believe. Right, these guys are a little bit annoying, but they are weak to fire.
Now, what next?
So we should be able to stun them with that. And then unleash a nice and powerful one. So hopefully finish them off, maybe. You never know.
Well then,
Oh, it's her again.
Now, what next?
No. Boost, boost.
Oh, flames! Flames!
Yeah, they're down.
You should have studied hard.
Yeah, it's just that one enemy we don't have a way of manipulating its weakness. I don't think, anyway. Right, this will take us into the East Ripple-Tide coast. And we're getting close to the town now, as you can see. And to another save point. So let's just check on the map. Yeah, very close now. We'll go ahead and save. And you can still get enemy encounters here, despite the fact we are getting close to the town.
there is no choice.
Right, this is the enemy I do not like.
Interesting dialogue.
Not at all. The fish guy that doesn't have a weakness that we can exploit yet. Hiding shell? Oh yeah, that's the buff it does, isn't it? So we'll just start with physical attacks on him. Oh no, we're out. We're out. I'm not using items to heal up SP at this point.
Well then,
Let's just try and get these down one at a time, shall we?
I'll do my best. Ah!
Interesting dilemma.
Can't do anything, can we? Nope. Not without healing SP anyway.
I'll do my best.
Let's just go for a summon. We're going to be replacing this guy soon anyway. A little bit of extra damage each turn, maybe.
Well then, here I go.
An interesting dilemma.
This guy is utterly relentless.
That's something here.
Alright, we are actually going to heal up, I think.
My turn now.
Right, that's one out of the battle. Go on then.
Let's try
Have a healing grape.
An
Okay, I think we'll go for a powerful Holy Light, even though it's got a shield. Yeah, does the job.
I hope I grow more able.
Oh, so close to leveling Ophelia. Near yet so far. Right, can we please get into the town now? Please, please, please. Yay. Welcome to Rippletide, guys. As you can see, we've got our objective marker for our next party member loaded up there. In fact, here they are. But we're not going to speak to them yet, of course. So we'll be leaving that for the next episode. Instead, we're going to finish things off here. So thanks for joining me today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to leave a like if you have, and be subscribed to my YouTube channel. And you might want to spend a little bit of time, completely up to you, just leveling up a little bit between now and the next time. Or just go ahead and find the inn, stay there, rest up, so that you're nicely ready for the next part of the game. Although, of course, we will be taking sole control of our next party member, which is Teresa, for a little bit before we get joined back up as a party again. But we'll sort all that out in the next episode, as I say. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.